Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, Michaela is singing, which means we are back in the lobby bar for the week of April the 27th, 2026. Brian and Michaela with you. And Michaela, we are inches away from getting to May. April showers bring May flowers. That's what they say. You've been doing some gardening. I heard through the grapevine. Is that a gardening pun? I don't know for sure, but how's it going? How's the backyard taking shape?
Well, it's there. I mean, apparently, I live
It's
in the
taking the
Carolinas,
shape
right?
of the backyard. Yeah.
It's taking the shape of the backyard. I decided that I wanted to see color in my backyard, and we have a lot of green, but we didn't have a lot of any other color. So I've gone kind of
Hmm.
nuts. Anytime I'm feeling sad or depressed, which has been a lot lately, let's be honest, I just go and buy another plant to put in the ground. That's working
Okay.
wonders. I'm still very sad and depressed and have these bouts of existential crisis. However, now I have it while looking at beautiful things. So I guess that's a good thing. Um,
You got to keep
yeah,
the green thumb going, I
yeah.
guess,
I
is
decided
that's what
to,
it's all about.
well, I mean, we're trying. We're trying. I put up a trellis,
Oh,
and we're
okay.
gonna have some climbing roses because that's what I want. I don't know. It's going okay. It's going okay. We are apparently in the middle of a drought in the Carolinas.
Yep.
So everybody is telling
Can
us,
confirm.
to be careful. Don't set fire to anything. Like I was going to
Don't
do
set
that
fire.
anyway. Yeah,
You're not
and
supposed to like water your yard. Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
we get out of Oscar season and then you just turn like into like a greenhouse mode over there. But I love that. I love that. Keep you busy. Keep you busy. Even though we have been doing a lot of movies. We're going to see a movie. We're going to see Michael today.
yeah.
That's going to be good. Apparently, everyone in the world already saw it except for us. But we are going to see it this afternoon. We'll be talking about that later on in the week, a little bit more about that, because what we need to do first is we need to get our cocktail going here for the lobby bar. And I found one today that is really good. It is really simple and it is really old, and it is Cafe Royale's Tequila Matador. Now, you might be a little confused because Trader Vic also made a Tequila Matador, but they made theirs in like the 70s. It was, like the traditional Trader Vic style, right? So it probably had like, I don't know, like coconut or something,
Mm.
some sort of tropical fruit juice in it. But 1972, that is way too new for this because Cafe Royale made theirs in 1937, and it was published in the United Kingdom Bartenders Guild books, or the cocktail book was published by the United Kingdom Bartenders Guild. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Billy Tarling creates this, and it was one of the more upscale like London bars at the time, mixing stuff with tequila, which was not like completely unheard of, but pretty rare. Back then, especially for somewhere in England. But this is really nice. It comes together really simply because it is an equal parts cocktail, and we love those around here. So into a shaker tin goes 1 ounce of tequila, 1 ounce of dry vermouth, and 1 ounce of orange or dry curacao. Go ahead and shake that and strain that into an extremely well chilled Nick and Nora coupe martini glass, probably. Sip and enjoy.
Mm. Well, this sounds really interesting because I'm really getting into like tequilas and mezcals, right? I feel like every other week I'm like, try this mezcal drink that I tried. It's amazing. Um, Dry vermouth is kind of interesting because that it's this is going to give it like a martini-ish kind of feel, I feel like, right?
Hmm.
And then orange curacao or dry curacao. I don't know which sounds better to me. I feel like if you do orange curacao, this is going to give you a little bit of like a margarita vibe almost because you're going to get that citrusy tequila feeling, and then it's going to be offset by the vermouth. But dry curacao, that's not as sweet. So,
It's a little
hmm.
less sweet, yeah. Dry Curacao is like the brand name of the most famous one. It comes with that old timey looking label. It's on that like diamond shaped
Hmm.
kind of a bottle there. It's just an orange curacao. You could get different sort of levels of that. Better ones, worse ones. The dry curacao is an amazing ingredient here. So it has a nice like subtle like orange note to it, but it is really like rich and decadent. It's going to layer
Mm,
on top nicely there with the tequila. You'd probably just want to stick with a like a silver tequila
mm,
blanco in this. You want to keep it nice and clean
hmm.
tasting, and then you have a nice little bit of aromatic pop from the uh, from the dry vermouth on there as well. So that sounded really delicious to me. Cafe Royale's Tequila Matadors. It's coming up. It's almost like 90 years old. That's pretty old. That's pretty old. And yeah, I mean, the orange curacao, it's a bottle we bought for something back in an episode kind of like mid last year. And you'll use it occasionally in some tiki type of things, but more often than not, it's something a little bit higher end here when you want kind of the flavors of the curacao without that that crazy blue color. Something a little bit more elegant and sophisticated and refined. So that is the Cafe Royale Tequila Matador. Michaela has told me that she has a cocktail that is going to be pretty fun coming everyone's way next week. So definitely looking forward to that. What are we looking forward to next week? We're going to be going to see The Devil Wears Prada Part 2. Probably that's coming out this weekend. But before we do that, as I mentioned, we are going to see Michael along with everyone else in the world. It opened with $97 million. I wasn't really sure how Michael was going to do box office wise. I knew it was going to do gangbusters. Like
Mm.
outside of the US, and it did $120 million internationally, but $97 million here, $217 million opening weekend. That is crazy. That is crazy. And continuing on with the rest of the top five, there we've got Super Mario Galaxy. That's over like $800 million worldwide now. That's wild. Project
Mm.
Hail Mary is over $600 million worldwide. Lee Cronin's The Mummy hangs out in fourth, and the drama crawls over $100 million for the drama. So quite the feather in the cap there. So a lot of pretty good box office returns here. Michael, we're going to see. We're going to talk about that more at length on the podcast this week after we have a chance to see it. But The Devil Wears Prada 2, that's coming out this week. Michaela, 20 years after The Devil Wears Prada, and it's two Oscar nominations. We get the sequel. It's like Freaky Friday, except it's Devil Wears Prada, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Were you a fan of the original Devil Wears Prada?
The original Devil Wears Prada is excellent. I know a lot of people really, really love it and hold it in very high esteem, especially if you have any sort of inclination towards the world of fashion and probably like fashion writing and editing and those kinds of things. That's amazing. Meryl Streep is incredible in it. She was nominated for actress in a leading role. Stanley Tucci is in it. Stanley Tucci is the most incredible man on the planet, I think maybe potentially. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked it pretty well. I only watched it the one time. It was right after
Mm.
it came out. I think I rented it or something like that and watched it and had a good time watching it. But I don't revisit it. So what about you? What about you?
So I have actually never seen The Devil Wears Prada all the way through. I've seen scenes, and I think I've probably seen like the middle half of it a couple of times. But I don't remember the beginning. I don't think I've seen all of it. So I'm gonna have to play catch up a little bit. I've really enjoyed the bits that I did see, and Stanley Tucci. I mean, he's just the most incredible. He's so good at everything. And he makes cocktails. Like you can go look up on Instagram or something. He
Yeah,
like makes
he makes
cocktails in his
cocktails and
kitchen,
like sandwiches.
and
He's amazing.
and and he was just like, oh, I'm just gonna put together this pasta dish, and it takes like 2 minutes, and it's the most beautiful thing
Yeah.
since the
Go
Barefoot
follow us
Contessa, you know.
at Drink the Movies and then also follow Stanley Tucci.
Right. We are not sponsors, but could be. We could do a partnership with Stanley Tucci. Stanley, give us a call. Have your people call me or Brian because we don't have people, we have each other. That's what we got. But
That's right.
yeah, no, I'm super excited about it. I think I wonder how like the because time marches on and they're the same characters. So I wonder how things have kind of shaken out for all of them because like I think that was one of
I
the
don't
first
know. They're
times
all they're all better looking now, 20
yeah,
years on.
that is really not okay.
It's not okay.
I'm not okay with that. Not
That's
at
why I'm
all.
not cut out for the world of high fashion myself. I have not aged as well over these last 20 years as Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci at all, for sure. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. We've got that coming out. There's not much in the way of like streaming things that are coming out this week, at least nothing that I could find. There's an animated film, The Animal Farm, is coming out this week too. We are maybe going to be covering it. I still have not heard anything about it, so time will tell on that. Let us know. Let us know if we should read the book Animal Farm. It's probably important to do. So that is it here coming out. Last week on the podcast, we talked about the drama. Congratulations on your $100 million, the drama. Well worth it. That was really fun conversation about a movie that we both liked quite a bit. So that's out on the podcast last week. This week, we're going to be talking about the Michael. And over on Patreon, patreon.com/drink the movies, we covered The Bride. Maggie Gyllenhaal's Frankenstein's Bride. cocktail there. We covered that over on Patreon. We did our hangout on Patreon last week. Again, that's patreon.com/drinkthemovies. It's the best place to go and support the podcast and get bonus stuff, all that kind of stuff over there. So, Michaela, are you looking forward to moonwalking to the movie theater? You're checking out Michael today?
I am looking forward to that. I'm going to, I don't know how good my moonwalk is, although I worked really hard on that. I can't do the thing where he moonwalks and then spins around and steps on his toes like a
Mm-hmm.
ballerina, like,
Mm-hmm.
but a
Mm-hmm.
cool ballerina, like a Billie Jean's Not My Lover ballerina. I never managed that, but I can moonwalk, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Are you wearing, are you
I'll do
wearing a
the
silver glove? Are you gonna
I'll
do
do the
a,
thriller dance. I'll wear a silver
oh,
glove. Sure, why not? Let's do it. We'll get into the mood. Hopefully there'll be some cocktails there, and yeah, we'll talk to everyone next week in the lobby bar.